I've got solid friends, I've grown in business, and I actually met my wife in church.
Well, Steve and Leanna, you guys have been part of the church for quite a while now, and I know, Steve, you've been here the longest. Your journey to Christ and his house has been kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, it actually has been. I ended up getting into drugs and the partying lifestyle, and I found myself into cocaine by the time I was in my 20s. As things happen when you start getting into partying lifestyle, my life started going in a downward spiral, and I just knew at that particular point I needed Jesus. And that is when I gave my heart to Jesus, and that's when he told me that I was going to be part of City Life. There was one time I was like, I remember getting up telling the people that a year ago I was doing lines of cocaine in the bathroom, the very same building I was praising Jesus with. He totally changed my life.
Leanna, you've actually been in church pretty much all your life. How has that impacted you or created that heart for the house for you?
Growing up in church has given me a strong foundation for my faith. And it's just built in me a love for God's house, that I've seen how it's changed lives. I've seen people grow and flourish within God's house. And I've seen friends walk away from God and their lives fall apart when they're not connected. And I've just made that decision that it's good to be planted in God's house.
Now you've got this dynamic family, which is very exciting. And Leanna, family's pretty important to you, right?
Yeah, it sure is. Nearly 3 years ago, we made the decision to become foster parents. And it's been an emotional journey for us as we've opened our hearts and our lives to accept a child that's not our own for an unknown period of time. We've often had experiences where we've been in training with other foster parents, and they've talked about how the people around them don't understand what they're going through, what it's like to have these difficult children in their home, and what it's like to grieve the loss of a child. Steve and I are very blessed that that's not been our experience, that we feel the support of our church family.
That's why I'm so thankful for God's house. It is the church that's helped me in challenging times in my life, to encourage, to help me raise my family. It's been great when I walk the hallways and I see other people pour into my kids.
Being a part of God's house has been a safe spot for my dreams to be fulfilled while living out Jesus' command to love others. And that's why I have a heart for God's house.